In this video, Mr. Humiliation Fetish himself, the laughing stock of Wall Street, and Gordon the Class Clown Johnson. Anyway, we'll just roll with that. I misspoke.
I don't know if you know the old fable about the tortoise and the hare, but in the end, the tortoise wins. Slow and steady wins the race over the hare that's bouncing all over the place and gets there really fast.
Not sure this analogy applies to disruption. Was it the horse and buggy industry that slowly caught up to Ford? No. Was it postal mail and the fax machine that slowly caught up to email? Was it black and white low-resolution television that finally caught up to higher resolution colour television? Was it the telegram that slowly caught up to the telephone? Was it the dumb phone that slowly caught up to the smartphone? No. I think what the anchor here might be suggesting, is it possible that legacy automotive manufacturers might slowly catch up to companies like Tesla? The title here kind of gives it away. Could Toyota overtake Tesla? Spoiler alert, no.
Also, by the way, I got to say, Gordon, we saw on Twitter that Ross has kind of thrown down the gauntlet. I have the dubious honor to debate Gordon on why Tesla is 1,000 times better company than Toyota. Go ahead, give it your best case.
Yeah, so we've always argued that EVs are a niche and that they were going to go away. And
it's true, Gordon has been arguing this for more than a decade, actually. You can still find footage of this guy, I think 2013, claiming that Tesla vehicles were using laptop batteries and there was no way they'd be able to drive cost out of those, therefore EVs would remain expensive forever. The guy's literally a perma-bear on Tesla. And here we can see on screen now proof that Gordon's right, that EVs are a niche product and they're going away. That's why we've seen growth from, if we remove the plug-in hybrids, the fake electric vehicles, about 0.3% of all vehicles sold to 11% of all new vehicles sold in a decade. Now, I'm not very good at math here, but what's that, a 30 times increase over a decade for a niche product that's going away? Please tell us more, Gordon.
I think we're seeing that slowly happen. You've had a number of companies, whether it be the battery companies, CATL, Panasonic, LG, the car companies, Ford, Stellantis, etc., all pull back billions of dollars of planned investment in EVs. Here's why Toyota bet on basically plug-in hybrids. Tesla bet on pure electrics. And here's why plug-ins are better. Very simply.
I can't wait to learn why plug-ins are better. I really mean that. From an engineering point of view, they have unnecessary complexity, extra cost, extra parts, extra processes, more failure points, a higher cost of ownership due to more maintenance, more things breaking. They're the worst of both worlds. And in fact, the only reason that companies are making hybrids right now is because they believe, and they're probably right, at least over the short term, that they can manipulate some of their loyal customers, I only for buy Toyota, into buying what they think, because they've been brainwashed into thinking is a better choice for the environment, a hybrid. Because the world's not ready for EVs, buy our Toyota hybrid, because hybrids are the future. A loyal customer who doesn't think for themselves, that's a good idea, I'm going to buy a Toyota hybrid. Why? Because Toyota today makes internal combustion engine vehicles. So if they can trick consumers into buying internal combustion engine vehicles with a vibrator-sized battery in them, they might survive a little bit longer. We're currently seeing this now. A false picture is being painted where some of these companies are leveraging their existing brand-loyal customers, tricking them into buying internal combustion engine vehicles with a tiny battery in them, fake EVs, and it is appearing the customers give a shit about hybrid electric vehicles. But again, not only will this be short-lived, but again, on screen now, see this green shit? Fake electric vehicles in blue? We can see very clearly, for every one fake electric vehicle being sold today, 3 actual electric vehicles are being sold. And there's no growth here in hybrids as a percentage of the vehicles sold that are, quote, new energy vehicles, as some people call them. The numbers are so small on hybrids right now. There's no increase relative to actual electric vehicles. And extremely importantly, there's no means by which companies can drive meaningful cost out of fake electric vehicles because they're based on internal combustion engine vehicles, mature technology. Unlike electric vehicles, where there is massive scope to drive costs down, not just out of the batteries, but in terms of manufacturing processes, etc. Shout out to Tesla's modular manufacturing system for the next gen vehicle. This will come down to economics. Right now, legacy automotive manufacturers can produce low-end ICE vehicles, stick a tiny vibrator-sized battery in them, and sell those to consumers for a decent price. But they're never going to be able to drive their costs to produce these things meaningfully lower. Whereas electric vehicles are going to keep getting more affordable well throughout the next decade or two, and then some. This really matters. And as I said, the only reason these things are selling in most regions is because people are being duped by brands they are loyal to into buying fake electric vehicles. But as more and more consumers buy actual electric vehicles, fake electric vehicles, because they're ICE vehicles, are going to see reversing economies of scale, meaning they're going to become less and less cost competitive, meaning less and less consumers will be able to be tricked into buying them, meaning they're going to go away because they're ICE vehicles. Just to green here, the electric vehicles alone, like I said, we've seen about a 30 times increase over a decade. You only need another 10x and they're 100% of all new vehicles sold. But please tell us more about how electric vehicles are a niche product, Gordon.
The cost of an average plug-in, $27,000. The cost of an average BEV, $44,000. Keep in mind, with the plug-in PHEV, a plug-in hybrid vehicle, your first 40 miles you get electric. Most people do not drive more than 50 miles a day. So the first 40 miles you get electric, and then if you have that range anxiety, you shift over to your gas. That's number two. So it's much more efficient for the car buyer. Cheaper, more efficient. And then number three is the resale value. Tesla's resale values have imploded. Why? Because the more you drive that car, the more the battery drains. And
oh, shit. So the actual reason for resale values of Tesla vehicles declining is one, the scamdemic-induced supply chain challenges caused a huge surge in both new and used vehicle prices, and that's unwinding. In addition, Tesla's been driving costs down and passing cost savings on. It's inevitable, but I just got to ask a question. On the list of priorities when purchasing a new vehicle, exactly how high is resale value for that vehicle for most consumers? Is it number 1, 2, 3? No. Do people buying the latest iPhone worry about what's the resale value on this model a year or two from now? Come on, bro. This is absurd. But hey, I've got to give credit. At least Gordon's come up with a new talking point. Now, hybrids are the future, apparently. Is this his tacit admission that internal combustion engine vehicles are going away? Because if so, just remember, Gordon, ICE vehicles with a little battery in them are also ICE vehicles.
And thus the less value that battery has long term.
Oh, yeah. So Gordon there spinning a narrative, the reason that electric vehicle resale prices have come down recently is because the batteries degrade meaningfully. This is false. Even after hundreds of thousands of miles, your battery's still going to maintain 90+% of its capacity. And most people don't keep vehicles that long. And the data is available on this. I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. By the way, did you know that the same fucking thing happens for internal combustion engine vehicles? Did you know? I bet you didn't. Actually, some of you did. You know why? Because the mechanical components degrade. Yeah, ICE vehicles become less efficient too and lose range over time too. This is actually a thing.
So when you look at normal people, not rich people like Ross Gerber, not the 1%, but you look at the 90% of people who can only afford one car, the PHEV is by far the most efficient, and we're seeing that real time. Look, Tesla's currently valued at more than Toyota and BYD, despite the fact that they sell just 16% of the cars they do. And it looks like in Q1, Tesla sales are going to be down year over year. That's the first time outside of COVID.
So I'm actually going to pause here because this is fascinating. Not for the reasons that Gordon is suggesting, but the stock market today is valuing Tesla very close to Toyota. One of these companies is going bankrupt. One of these companies is pursuing 4 separate trillion plus, in some cases, deca-trillion dollar opportunities with an enormous lead. I mean, I'm not going to say which is which. I'm just pointing out this is fascinating. Apparently, the stock market at this point in time thinks that Toyota and Tesla are roughly worth the same. And this is wild, but not for the reasons that Gordon is suggesting.
Ever, Tesla sales are going to be down year over year. And it looks like it's going to repeat in Q2. The market is saying loudly, no matter what Ross says, we don't want Tesla's cars. And we're seeing that in the numbers.
This is a great point from Gordon. The world is saying that they don't want Teslas. Wait, can someone remind me what was the world's best-selling vehicle last year? Best-selling car? Who made that? Oh, Tesla. Good point, Gordon. Yeah. Best-selling vehicle is the world saying they don't want those vehicles. So on screen now, this is an S-curve, a perfect S-curve, which approximates the adoption of disruptive technologies. However, it's important to understand that there's no example in the history of disruption where adoption of a technology has perfectly followed a perfect, flawless, immaculate S-curve. There's always kinks and bumps along the way. Folks like Gordon right now will latch onto moments in time where it looks like things are slowing down over an extremely short time frame and paint absurd narratives. Today, apparently, electric vehicles are a niche product. Hybrids are the future. I just want you guys to burn this image of a perfect S-curve into your mind. Now, we're going to look at some actual adoption of some actual technologies that actually disrupted incumbents. Let's see what we can learn. This shows the percentage of US households adopting different technologies, including telephone, electricity, the refrigerator, clothes washers, radio, cars. Let's take cars, for example. Very little growth early days. And then things start to head vertical. And then things start to reverse a little bit. A few kinks. Oh no, look, the automobile's not here to stay. Horses are going to make a comeback, etc. Next minute, mass adoption. Again, none of these are perfectly smooth. There's kinks, there's bumps along the way. And folks like Gordon here lick their lips every time there's a tiny opportunity. Oh no, look, automotive sales are collapsing. It's the end of the world. Some similar technologies and their adoption charted on a slightly more compressed chart. Again, there's no perfect curves here. There's volatility. This is why it's important to be able to zoom out, see the big picture. Just wanted to wrap things up with this. What a great example. Betamax versus VHS. In this analogy, VHS is an internal combustion engine vehicle. Betamax, a hybrid. And in this analogy, hybrids are currently here, appearing to be experiencing growth before an inevitable collapse. If Gordon had been covering this industry back in the day, I'm sure he would have been suggesting that Betamax was the future. Of course, we all know how VHS ended, right? Got disrupted by DVDs, absolutely collapsing from its peak. Only took about a decade. That's not, of course, where the story ends. Next minute, streaming services come out of nowhere and DVD sales, which disrupted VHS, also collapse. And in this analogy, streaming is electric vehicles. So how's the saying go? Disruption never repeats, but it certainly rhymes. Something like that. I suspect that 5 years from now, hybrid vehicle sales will have collapsed along with ICE vehicle sales, and it will be clear to everyone, except Gordon, that electric vehicles are not a niche product. In fact, they're on their way to making up essentially every new vehicle sold on planet Earth. But please, Gordon, tell us more about why Betamax is here to stay. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has given me a massive, meaningful boost in energy, allowing me to do a lot more every day, including using my brain more and using my body more. I highly recommend you guys and girls check it out. It's an excellent way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's got 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus prebiotics and probiotics and digestive enzymes and adaptogens to help you deal with stress. Plus, if you click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, you can get yourself a 1-year free supply of vitamin D3 and K2. But don't take my word for it. Here's what some of you guys and girls have to say. AG1 has changed my life. I was, as you described, treating myself like a circus, ate like trash, rarely exercised, used alcohol as a stress crutch, cannabis also. AG1 is what gave me the kick in the ass, got me back to the gym, motivated me to do more for myself, family, my business, etc. Keep doing what you do. Now, I know there's some skeptics, the same kind of people who think Elon Musk is a fraud, reading this going, what do you thought? There's no way that's possible, bro. It must be a placebo effect. Believe it or not, this is a recurring theme. If you give your body everything it needs to feel and perform its best, including having a lot more energy, you'll need ways to use that energy. For me personally, that includes more exercise, moving my body more social activity, and more cognitively demanding tasks, including producing a ton of exclusive content over on Twitter and on Patreon, plus my daily YouTube uploads. The proof's in the pudding. On to another testimonial from a viewer of this channel. SMR, you asked me to provide feedback on AG1. Here it is. It has helped with mental acuity, stamina, and intestinal waste management. Can't read between the lines. It certainly helps with regularity and digestion. That's what the digestive enzymes are for. It has also dramatically reduced my cravings for sugar. You guys need to stop eating sugar. It's fucking poison. I'm 50, 5'9", and overweight, aka a fat motherfucker. I think that's a technical term for overweight, isn't it? Is it fat motherfucker or obese? I can't remember. I average 100 hours a week in the West Texas oil fields as a safety supervisor. Jesus Christ, dude. No wonder you're struggling to keep your weight under control. 100 hours a week. Brutal. It has helped me lose weight. It is not an appetite suppressant. It can help fat people suppress cravings, and motivation to be healthier is critical for changing your diet. Love you, brother. Again, this is a great point. It's something people really don't seem to grasp. If you have more energy, everything becomes easier. It's like turning on easy mode for life. A few years ago, before I was taking AG1, my health was trash. I was struggling to get through the day, had afternoon fatigue. The last thing I wanted to do was either use my brain or move my body. Didn't have the energy. Now, my biggest struggle every day is figuring out ways to use that energy. I'm exercising way more, doing a lot more with my friends and family, and of course, my work output has increased substantially. And you can fact check me. Check out the average length of my videos I was posting to YouTube 3 years ago. Need I say more? And one final testimonial. Love this one. Okay, here's the deal for me with this AG1 shit. I'm 41 years old and not the type to eat, drink, smoke, or sleep healthy, so I was skeptical. That being said, here's what I experienced. Day 1, meh. Day 2, afternoon fatigue was about 45 minutes late. Day 3, 0 afternoon fatigue. Day 4, 0 afternoon fatigue plus extra energy. Day 5, again, 0 afternoon fatigue plus energy, wondering, what the fuck, really? See, this is the thing, right? The results for many people are just almost too good to be true. This is the same experience I had. My afternoon fatigue just vanished out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Why am I not tired in the afternoons anymore? Surely it's not that AG1, is it? Turns out it was. Day 6 and 7, same thing. Day 8, same thing. Plus, I had the want to get things done around the house that I normally would slack off and not get done. Again, the point, extra energy, you'll need to use it. You'll find ways to use it. Day 9, 10, and 11, and today is day 12. I fucking love it. So however you managed to get me to buy it, I'm so glad you did. Thank you so much, SMR. It really changed me so far. Guys, this shit really works. Just try it. By the way, this is the reason I continue to relentlessly promote AG1. A lot of people get real fucking mad in the comments. Oh my God, Snake Oil Salmon's sold out. Oh my God, he's a scammer. This is fraud. But constantly, I'm pretty sure everyone making these comments is also currently short Tesla stock. I'm not particularly concerned about people having a negative perception, those folks suffering from small brain syndrome, still living in my bum's basement syndrome, etc., writing mean comments, claiming AG1's a scam or it doesn't work. I mean, bro, when I get feedback like this is what keeps me going. Just try this stuff for a month, and if you don't get these results, get your money back. See, it's a literal no-brainer. It's an IQ test at this point in time. Testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this. You get your money back if it doesn't work. Just try it for a month, and if it doesn't work, get your money back. Today's the day. It's finally time. Be like this guy who was a massive skeptic, but finally, after 1,000 promotions in a row, caved in, tried AG1, and has results like this. Head to drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link at the pinned comment, and please, let me know how you're feeling in a few weeks' time. Now, if you'll excuse me, time to put my extra energy to good use. I'll be recording some more exclusive content for Patreon and my Twitter subscribers. So click the links in the pinned comment. See you over on Twitter and or Patreon, and don't forget to grab your AG1. Love ya.